Good morning, Ashley Nelson with your ECU News Update. Climate change activist group Extinction Rebellion is set to demonstrate at Parliament today. As part of a nationwide protest, the group is demanding the government to declare a climate emergency and commit to zero emissions by 2025. Two members of the group were arrested yesterday while protesting outside Seven West media offices. Bushfires continue to rage in northern New South Wales with up to 30 homes being lost. 4 separate blazes burnt within 100 kilometres of each other yesterday. The village of Ratville was most affected. And in sport, crucial last round games in the Rugby World Cup are in doubt, with Japan bracing for some wild weather. A Category 5 typhoon is set to hit southern parts of Japan on Saturday and Sunday, bringing winds of up to 270 kilometres per hour with it. The storm is likely to affect the crunch game between France and England, both likely opponents to take on Australia in the quarterfinals. A top of 29 degrees today. More news at 5. Good morning, I'm Ashley Nelson with an ECU News Update. Convicted Cardinal George Pell has lost his appeal against his conviction for child sex offences. The decision was handed down this morning in the Victorian Supreme Court. Pell was asking for the 5 charges to be overturned. He will be required to serve a minimum 3 years and 8 months of his 6-year sentence before being able to apply for parole. Emergency services were called to a house fire in Guildford early this morning. 3 cars and a motorbike were destroyed, resulting in $70,000 worth of damage. Clothes for cleaning and a man clinging to life. That's all that remained this morning at Brook Bar and Bistro after a 25-year-old was punched and left critically injured. Police were called to the Ellenbrook establishment just after 6 p.m. when a fight broke out just inside the busy sports bar. Witnesses have told the media that up to 6 people were involved in the brawl that caused the victim head injuries. Police are yet to identify the attackers but are calling for the local community to come forward with information. According to the Brook manager, the young man was only at the establishment for 15 minutes before being set upon. It's understood authorities are reviewing CCTV footage. This isn't the first time a patron has been attacked while at the Brook. In 2017, a man died from being punched after the Anthony Mundine and Danny Green fight. Salvatore Raimondi was sentenced to 4 years and 4 months prison on that occasion. Despite the fight, some locals say they'll continue to frequent the bar.
Come here on a regular basis and it's not going to change my views on the place at all.
The injured man remains in a critical condition at Royal Perth Hospital. Ashley Nelson, ECU News.
Toxic cocktail. The end result is the killing of a person.
WA Catholics gathered on the steps of Parliament today for what they call a Care Not Kill rally, opposing voluntary assisted dying.
This legislation to allow early death has gained more attention than actually promoting living better at the end of life.
If the bill passes, WA will become the second state in Australia to legalise euthanasia. The lower house sat till 1 this morning, eventually passing the first stage of a law to allow the terminally ill to get medical help to end their lives. Of the 59 MPs who voted, 44 supported the legislation. Amongst those against it included State Opposition Leader Lisa Harvey and Minister of Police Michelle Roberts.
So I voted no because at the moment I can't support the legislation until additional safeguards have been put in.
But some palliative care experts say looking after people when they're dying should be a bigger priority.
Victoria and WA are the 2 states with the least palliative care. It's no coincidence that it's in those 2 states where there's the greatest demand for euthanasia.
The controversial bill will eventually go to the upper house. Ashley Nelson, ECU News.
A man has died after being hit by a vehicle in Perth South. Ashley Nelson joins us live from the scene. Ashley, what can you tell us? Well, Rose, it all took place here in Como, right near Canning Bridge at 5:15 this morning, when a 29-year-old man was hit by a ute and died at the scene. The accident did cause major traffic delays, with part of the Kwinana Freeway being closed off. The police have told us that the man stopped at the scene and is now being questioned. Authorities have also asked for anyone with any further information to come forward, including dash cam footage. Rose?